So, you're finally at this moment. This is the greatest part of the gifts I'm about to give to you. And this gift will literally change your life for the better. To change your life in no way you have ever thought of. And I am not joking. I am literally not joking. Let me tell you how strong this gift is. This gift will literally make you a god. Literally. It would give you peace like none other. It will give you joy like none other. It would help you become the best person or being you can ever be like no other. That is what this gift I'm about to give you will do for you. Now, you probably know this verse that John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. But people just keep saying it, but they don't realize how strong that verse is. Because, let me tell you something, like I've said in the previous video, you cannot be smarter than God, or rather, you are not smarter than God, because God created you, okay? He created you, therefore he is smarter than you. He created the universe. I'm not saying Earth, I'm saying the whole universe, and Earth is a tiny part of it, less than dust most likely in the whole being of the universe. And God created the universe, the laws, the spiritual laws, heavens, earth. God created it, okay? Even hell, I believe. God, there's nothing that God did not create. So you cannot say, which tell me, what can you create? Can you create earth? Just earth, not stars, not sun. Can you just create earth? No. Therefore, God is smarter than you. And God is basically Jesus, or rather, Jesus is God. And Jesus was the one that said that verse. He said what? For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. And it was God himself that said that, Jesus Christ. Where were we? Yeah. Jesus Christ said, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. But when you look at that verse, it said that was how many? Let me ask you this question: how many condition was in that verse? Think about it. When you think about it, you realize that it is only one condition. It says, "Whosoever believes in me." They did not say whosoever believes and is perfect. They did not say whosoever believes and lives a perfect life that does no wrong or has no speck of sin. That's not what they said. They said, whosoever believes in me will not perish but have everlasting life. And the repercussion of that is that even the world's greatest sinner, even if they believe in Jesus Christ, they will have everlasting life. And even the most perfect person in this world, if they do not believe in Jesus Christ, they will not have everlasting life. That is the repercussion of what Jesus Christ says. And that is one of the truths that has been staring people in the face, but people don't seem to realize the repercussion. That's how to get into the second covenant, everlasting life. The second covenant is based on Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ says the way you can have everlasting life, the way you can be saved, the way you can have salvation is by believing in me. Okay? There was no other condition, only one: believe in me. In fact, when you go to John 3:18, it was saying that there is no judgment against anyone who believes in Jesus. This is NLT version. There is no judgment against anyone who believes in Jesus. But anyone who does not believe in Jesus has already been judged for not believing in God's one and only Son. So, in the judgment day that is coming, the rapture, or whatever you call it, it's not going to be based on whether you sin or not, or whether it was the last thing you did was whether you sinned or not. That's not what's going to be judging you on. Jesus Christ himself, the judge, the person that will judge us, says that the condition that they will use to judge you is not based on your sins. It says based on whether you believe in Jesus Christ or not. Meaning, if you believe in Jesus Christ, there is no judgment for you. But if you don't believe in him, you are cooked. Like the whole world should feel pity on you for the amount of things you will face. So you're not going to be judged based on your sins. I'm not saying you should sin, okay? Don't get me wrong. I'm saying that the reason you are going to be judged is whether you believe in Jesus Christ. That's what John 3:18 says. In fact, when you put into this context, this thing has been foreshadowed for a long time from the Old Testament. When you look at, I'm going to give you two illustrations. Look at the story in the Old Testament when the people of Israel sinned against God and God sent snakes to them. And then what did God say they should do in order to be saved, in order to avoid dying? He said Moses should carve up or create a bronze statue of a snake and raise it up high so that anyone who looks at the snake will not perish. They did not say that you should cover the wound with, or you should heal the wound with a bandage, or they did not say you should run away from the snake. They did not say you should suck out the poison. They are saying that the only thing you can do to avoid dying is to keep looking at the snake. Even if the snake bites you, as long as you keep looking at that bronze statue, you will be saved. And that was a foreshadowing of what Jesus Christ came to do. Because when you look at John 3:14, two verses before John 3:16, John 3:14 says, just as Moses lifted up the bronze statue in the wilderness, so must the Son of Man be lifted up, so that whosoever believes in him will not perish but have everlasting life. The only thing they should do back then was to look at the statue, and that's exactly what Jesus Christ came to do. The only thing that it is needed for you to do is to just look at Jesus, focus on Jesus, trust in Jesus, believe in him. That's what Jesus Christ is telling you to do. And in fact, when you go to the second illustration I'm going to be giving you is in the Passover night. Is it Passover night? The night where the Spirit of God was going around killing the firstborn in Egypt. He says that in order to avoid the firstborn of the Israelites to die, he says they should kill a lamb, okay, and then they should use the blood on the doorway, so that whenever